Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. It's been a while since I made another wrestling video. I just haven't had the time to do so. Most of my videos that I did in the past have mostly been pay-per-view reviews and a couple of Coliseum video reviews, I do believe. But this video pertains to something very tragic that happened this past Friday in Seminole, Florida. Randy Mario Poffo, better known to the world as Macho Man Randy Savage, passed away while suffering a heart attack behind the wheel of his automobile and crashed the car into a tree, and he passed away on Friday, and his wife Lynn was seated next to him in the passenger seat, and luckily she seemed to come out of the accident unharmed and seemed to be in stable condition. Anyway, this is a big loss, alright? This loss of Randy Savage has affected me in a way that no other wrestler's death has ever affected me before. I mean, Randy Savage was part of my childhood. He was one of those guys, who you knew was main event material. When you looked at him, he had the look, the charisma, everything about him was, a sight to behold. He was an original, was the Macho Man Randy Savage, and now that he's gone, he's left behind such a wonderful legacy of memories. Many of us in our 20s right now today remember Randy Savage best for his WWF days, his classic matches with Ricky Steamboat at WrestleMania 3. Many people hold this match in high regard as probably the greatest match ever in wrestling history, and I tend to agree. This match is on one of my top 3 lists of wrestling matches as the best match ever. And then as the years will go on, we see Randy Savage put on classic, memorable matches with guys like the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 5. Then we have the classic career match between him and the Ultimate Warrior that everyone so much remembers. And Miss Elizabeth was also a big part of Randy Savage's career. She was there, she was instrumental in a lot of storylines that they built up over the years as far as Randy Savage was concerned. You can never forget Randy Savage's feud with Jake the Snake Roberts, the dark era in 1991 when Jake the Snake Roberts unleashed a cobra that bit Randy Savage, and then in the end Randy Savage would get retribution on an episode of Saturday Night's Main Event, I do believe. And then you have the classic WrestleMania 8 match, Randy Savage versus Ric Flair. Unbelievable matchup. Probably the best in-ring storytelling as far as drama and excitement goes. This match between Savage and Flair at WrestleMania 8. Now I am deeply saddened by the loss of the Macho Man Randy Savage. And, Randy Savage was a guy, by just looking at the history of matches that he had, right? He is indeed Hall of Fame material. His matches, his promos, everything about him, the look and the voice and the signature catchphrase, "Oh yeah," which everyone, knew at some point in time or another was indeed his signature phrase. All I can say is I hope I'm just, disappointed that his life had to end like this, and I'm also disappointed that he wasn't around to accept his potential Hall of Fame induction, which is long overdue. I do not know what is wrong with Vince McMahon and the rest of whoever makes these decisions about who goes into the Hall of Fame. Randy Savage was one of those guys who was long overdue into the Hall of Fame, alright? Personally, I think Randy Savage should have gotten in the Hall of Fame a few years ago. alright, or even probably at WrestleMania 20 when they did the Hall of Fame the night before, when they had all those guys, Tito Santana, Junkyard Dog, Bobby Heenan, all those guys got into the Hall of Fame. Randy Savage is indeed a Hall of Fame material. You cannot tell me that he isn't, alright, Vince McMahon, because Randy Savage made your company for what it was at the time, okay? Back then in 1988, when Randy Savage became champion, when everyone else was not winning the world title, Randy Savage was the world champion, alright? And, you know, he had such a tremendous following, such a tremendous, you know, connection with the fans. You can feel the connection and feel the love that the fans had towards him. Even when he was the Macho King Randy Savage, the same passion, they would hate him with that same passion as they would love him with that same passion. You get what I'm saying? So Randy Savage, indeed Hall of Fame material. I was hoping that next year's WrestleMania, the night before, that Savage could have been the main, you know, starlet name in the Hall of Fame ballot, right? Because since they're going to be in Florida, I believe, for next year's WrestleMania, yeah, it's going to be in Miami. I was saying to myself, I just hope that WWE comes to their senses and they have Randy Savage as the first, you know, Hall of Fame name announced to be inducted, just like how Shawn Michaels headlined the Hall of Fame at this year's WrestleMania the night before. I was hoping they would do the same, but it's a shame the guy's not around to accept his potential Hall of Fame, you know, induction presentation. I think it was long overdue, and now that he's gone, WWE is going to do some sort of, you know, thing where after he's gone, then they induct him. He should have been in the WWE Hall of Fame sooner. Alright? That's the bottom line. And, you know, just Randy Savage just left behind a tremendous legacy, and I will miss him dearly. And it's strange because just like a week ago I was watching King of the Ring 93, and I heard Savage all throughout the whole pay-per-view on commentary, and you know, it's like, you know, unbelievable. I'm hearing his voice 1 minute, and then the next minute he's gone. It's just, you know, a big loss. I hope WWE does have the senses to do some sort of tribute show to the Macho Man Randy Savage, either on Monday Night Raw, this coming Monday night, May the 23rd. You know, it's just a big loss. If WWE does not do something, then that just goes to show you how Vince McMahon and all the other WWE affiliates, you know, held Randy Savage as far as memories were concerned. So Vince McMahon, if you're out there and you're listening to this, Randy Savage made your company, okay, and he made you a lot of money, and he was one of the guys. Randy Savage was one of those guys. He's in an elite class with guys like Ricky Steamboat, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Bret Hart, you know, guys like that who made the WWF what it is today. If it wasn't for those guys busting their ass, like, you know, every night in and night out, I don't know where Vince McMahon would be today. And Randy Savage is one contributing factor to where the WWE is today. You know, and this is just like a big blow to the whole wrestling organization. From what I heard, Randy Savage was a great guy, and he will be truly missed by all the wrestling fans out there. So Randy Savage, if you're out there listening, up there in the sky with, you know, God, thank you for all the memories you provided us over the years, and thank you for all the great matches and all the great promos you've given us. You were indeed one of a kind, Macho Man. There's never be another one like you. I can say from the bottom of my heart, as a kid, I watched you while I was growing up, and every time I saw you perform, I said to myself, this guy is the real deal, and he is truly one of a kind. In the future, there will never be another one like you, Randy Savage. You were indeed one of a kind, and you are indeed one of the best on my top 5 list as far as professional wrestler goes. I always remember your classic WrestleMania matches, remember your outrageous promos, and Randy Savage, I will always remember you as a WWE commentator, and as well as a former Intercontinental Champion and a multiple time world champion. Randy Savage, thank you for the memories, and in the future, wherever God takes us in the other life, hopefully, all of us will see you one day. You were indeed one of the best, Randy Savage. I love you, and thank you.